Mashiach's eyes. You know, the craziest thing in the world is what is Yerushalayim more than Har Sinai, right? We don't have trouble with Har Sinai. The Moshe gave us the Torah, more or less we're keeping it, we have it. Yerushalayim is so heavy, it's destroyed twice and we have so much trouble getting back to it. Because everybody knows Yerushalayim is Ein Hashem Elokecha bo. God's eyes are on Eretz Yisrael. But the eyes, the way God looks at Eretz Yisrael, it's not prophetic eyes. This prophetic eyes, God looks at the whole world. The way God looks at Eretz Yisrael is Mashiach's eyes. Gaval is something else. And here I want you to know something very deep just to understand it more. We talked about it 1,000 times. If someone would tell the kids just to be a bit quiet, just give them sometimes 5 minutes, would be a big mitzvah. Okay. L'chaim, l'chaim. I want you to know, friends, where was I? Where was I now?
God's looking at your eyes.
Okay, you know, when you love somebody very much, you look at their eyes all the time. And you're not looking in order to see how they look like. I know how you look like. It's Mashiach's eyes, right? Nevuah is, I'm looking at you, I want to know who you are, what you are, where you are. I'm looking at you for some information. I'm looking for something. Prophet is mamish. I can tell you exactly what you'll do at 2005 on Rosh Hashanah, right? That's prophecy. Mashiach's eyes. I'm not seeing anything I didn't know. I'm just looking at you. The way the Moshe is looking at the Eretz Yisrael, it's not the Moshe wants to see how Eretz Yisrael looks like. Can't take off his eyes. So I want you to know this month is so deep, so deep. This month we have to mamish to fix our eyes and to look at the world, to look at Yidden, not with prophetic eyes. Because according to prophecy, I might be right. According to prophecy, when I see a Yidle is no good, according to the Torah is no good. According to Mashiach, something else. And here I want you to know the deepest depths. I want you to know something. The masters of our covenant with God, the master of our covenant with God is Avraham Avinu and Eliyahu Novi, right? Obviously. Pinchas is the master of Hini Noisala is Beris Sholem, right? And Avraham Avinu Lachnitsai Bebrisa Shel Avraham Avinu. And without getting involved in the depth of it, Avraham Avinu is Al-Ort Asher Echo. Avraham Avinu, the moment you enter the covenant with God, you have different eyes. Not prophetic eyes. Mashiach's eyes. Avraham Avinu's eyes, right? You know what Avraham Avinu is? Avraham Avinu looks at Sodom and you know what he sees? He sees David HaMelech. He doesn't see Sodom. Avraham Avinu looks at Sodom and he sees David HaMelech. Why did Avraham Avinu pray for Sodom so much? Because he asked Avraham Avinu, what's going on in Sodom? He says David HaMelech is coming from there. Pinchas, it says, Vayah Pinchas. And the Ishbit says, you know what Pinchas saw? Pinchas saw that Zimri is ready to die al Kiddush Hashem, right? It's awesome, right? Pinchas saw that Zimri wants to be Mekadosh Hashem. And I don't want to get involved now. If you remember, Zimri is the Neshama of Shechem and the Neshama of Rabbi Akiva, and they cannot leave this world unless they die al Kiddush Hashem. Shechem died for God. Zimri died for God. Without getting involved in the depths of Rabbi Akiva, their neshamas is so awesome The Mamish Sabunu Darkid, Musa Yovel Yodi Verkimen. They just cried the altar of Moshe, I want to die for your name. But Yah Pinchas, okay, you know, the way it's translated, officially, Pinchas saw what Zimri was doing. But the real pshat is, but Yah Pinchas saw Zimri is ready to die Kiddush Hashem. Zimri, because Zimri, what he is doing is only, is Shchemes Neshama, Shem Kavod Machus. If you remember, we're learning it 1,000 times, Cosby was service like really his soulmate. The only thing is, it was not time now. I want to say about Torah. You know, I want you to know, when Bnei Gad, Bnei Reuven came to Moshe, Moshe got angry at them, right? On what level did Moshe get angry? Moshe Rabbeinu looked at them with prophetic eyes. He was angry. You know what happened after Bnei Gad and Reuven? Moshe Rabbeinu got Mashiach's eyes. Because when God says to Moshe, go up and look at the land, again, Moshe Rabbeinu doesn't have to go up to see. He can stand wherever he is and see everything. God says to Moshe, I'll give you Mashiach's eyes. And the last Parashat, Gewalt, you know, Moshe Rabbeinu says to B'nai Slavcha, Gewalt, I bless you to find your soulmates. I want you to know something, the deepest steps to find soulmates has nothing to do with prophecy. It's deeper than prophecy. Your mamash need Mashiach's eyes. So Moshe Rabbeinu gave over to B'nai Slavcha, and he gave, the last thing he did for us, he gave over every Jew Mashiach's eyes, that you should mamish know who you saw. And the Gemara says also you're not permitted to marry a woman till you see her. Doesn't mean you look at her picture. You look at her, you know, she looks like means Mashiach's eyes. You should mamish know who you are. I just want to what I said this morning, and I'm talking about it all the time, that why is it that Eretz Yisrael is built by non-religious people? Because the fixing of Eretz Yisrael is that we're looking at it with Mashiach's eyes. And looking at Eretz Yisrael with Mashiach's eyes, that I see this Yidele who's sitting in Beersheba and building his house on Yom Kippur. And it's clear to me, I don't know who this Yidele is. What do I know? According to prophecy, he's like a bed. I'm not knocking it. And you say what it is. I want you to know all the people who were so much against Rav Kook, on the level of prophecy, they were 100% right. On the level of prophetic eyes, they were right. The only thing Rav Kook had Mamash Mashiach's eyes. And Mamash, she brought down a whole different, he brought something down for all of us, you know, to look at the whole world as Mashiach's eyes. You know that Rav Kook is the first one who talked about the world, Mamash. I want you, when I look at the world with prophetic eyes, the world is rotten to the core. I look at the world with Mashiach's eyes. As Mamash V'ro Kol Bosa Yachtov K'Pir Shem Diba. One day the whole world will know there is one God. When I look at it with Mashiach's eyes, I see something else. I want you to know just, we have just a few more days to fix the Mashiach's eyes. We should have a little taste. Right? And, you know, especially in Eretz Yisrael, Mamash, Elo Oretz Asher Eker, because Mashiach's eyes is only in Eretz Yisrael. God says to Avraham Avinu, I want to give you Mashiach's eyes, but you have to go to Eretz Yisrael to get it. I cannot give it to you. Prophecy, I can give you anyway. Mashiach's eyes, you have to be in Eretz Yisrael. And the saddest thing is, and the pigam of the Meraglim was so strong, you go to Eretz Yisrael, and you don't look at it as Mashiach's eyes, it's the end of the world. Right? I want to share something also with you. If I'm connected to somebody on a prophetic level, when they hurt my feelings, I'm sad. When I'm connected to someone on the Mashiach level, I can't stop crying. I want you to know, because something so deep that tears, obviously, Bocha is Sivke Balayla. Mamash, you know, when I like somebody and they hurt my feelings, I'm sad. The sheer connection. When I look at this person, not on a prophetic level, I just love them so much I can't stop looking at them, right? This is Mamash, Ein Hashem Elokechem. Chas v'sholom, that. You know, little children, they are so easy to cry, you know why? They're still at Mashiach's eyes, right? And every little thing means so much to them, right? It's Mamash Mashiach. Touching the depth of Mashiach. Said enough that all that they get, even if you make profits out of them, it's never the same. I want you to know one more thing. What's Mashiach's eyes? We were learning a little bit last night. Mashiach's eyes is Ani Hashem be'ito achishenu. You know, even this prophecy, there are moments when I don't know what to do. Mashiach's eyes is that I know exactly what to do at that moment. Vayar Pinchas mamash. You know how Mashiach, Pinchas got Mashiach's eyes, Elianovi's eyes, because Pinchas looked at Zimri, and according to Nevuah, he's the worst, and according to Mashiach's eyes, he saw he's ready to die, Kiddush Hashem. Something else. I want you to know one more thing. Eile Masre b'nei Yisrael. And the Zerkot in the Medrash, all of them say one thing. The Eile Masre is a taking for Eile Lekecha Yisrael. Moshe Rabbeinu fixed the golden calf as two things. It was Eile Pekudei HaMishkan. Moshe Rabbeinu gave us the Mishkan. And Eile Masre b'nei Yisrael, Moshe Rabbeinu gave us Korach to keep on moving. You know what it is? I want you to know, we made the golden calf, we built the Mishkan. Everybody knows each time we moved, we put the Mishkan together. We had to undo the Mishkan. Isn't it heartbreaking? Here I built a Beis HaMikdash for God, and I realized I still haven't done it. I got to start it all again. I have to put the Mishkan together and move on again. How much can you take? I want you to know, Moshe Rabbeinu didn't give us Eretz Yisrael Mamish, but Moshe Rabbeinu gave us Korach to get there. Mamish. And everybody knows that Moshe Rabbeinu is buried outside Eretz Yisrael because Moshe Rabbeinu refused to go into Eretz Yisrael until Mashiach is coming. Moshe Rabbeinu wants not the prophetic Eretz Yisrael, because Moshe Rabbeinu saw if the Yidden go in, this prophecy, they won't last long. They'll be thrown out again. Anyway, I want to bless you and me and all of us. We should have Mashiach's eyes, Mashiach relationships, Mashiach depths. You know what Thomas says? The letter is Ches v'choshech al pnei tzayim. The whole world thinks it's dark. But Mamish, you know, Mamish, something else. I want you to know something so deep, something so deep. I was learning it by Josh. How do you know how much you love a person? When you look at them in broad daylight and I recognize them, you don't have to love them. When it's absolutely dark and I can see them, then I'm mamish love them. So Thomas is for choshech al pnei tzayim. It's mamish dark. It's a dark month, right? It's the beginning of the destruction of the temple. But Gewalt, you know what I say, Mamish, Eile Masse b'nei Yisrael. Gebein Shloilem, I keep on moving. Mamish, nothing in the world. There's no darkness. Gam Choshech lo yachshechem. There is no darkness which can make me not see. And I want you to know, I saw in one of the Rabbi Torahs, when people walk in broad daylight, they're not holding hands. When people walk in darkness, they have to hold hands, not to get lost. Right? Everybody knows Yedid is a Shlomo Torah. Yedid, friend, is Yad Yad, two hands. Right? Gewalt, right? So Mamish and Chodesh Tammuz, Mamish, we walk again. You know, what's a good father, a good mother? They're holding the children by their hand all the time, right? And you see, as I told you before, as long as children have Mashiach's eyes, their parents hold them by the hand. Sad enough, when they grow up, they have prophetic eyes. You don't hold hands anymore. Husband and wife, as long as they have Mashiach connection, they're holding hands. They have prophetic connection, Torah connection. You are married to me, I'm married to you. It's all cute and sweet. Where's Mashiach? Where's Mashiach? So I want you to know the beginning of a wedding is always you cover the face of the bride. And I say to her, I don't want to look at you like a prophet. I want to look at you as Mashiach's eye. Mashiach's eye says, that I recognize you even if you're completely covered. Nobody knows who you are. I will always know who you are. You know, children, when they're born, they keep their eyes closed because they come to the world with Mashiach's eyes, not prophetic eyes. And you know what it is? I want you to know, when you look at somebody with prophetic eyes, you're not changing them. I look at Yidel, he has a hamburger in his mouth on Yom Kippur. He still has a hamburger in his mouth. When you look at somebody with Mashiach's eyes, he doesn't have a hamburger in his mouth anymore. I can mamish see the way he says in the Son of Target. The way he davens Muslim inside. I want you to know, there's a Torah from Rab Nachman. There are 3 levels. There was emes, and some of you remember, we learned it a lot of times. There's emes, there's the truth. There's emes lamitai, the truth of the truth. And then it's shalom, peace, because the Gemara says, mutar l'shalish and shalom, in order to bring peace, I'm permitted to lie. That means peace is higher than truth, right? God's signature is truth, but God's name is not truth. God's name is peace, right? And everybody knows Mashiach is mamish God's name, right? Mashiach doesn't care for the truth. Don't tell me truth. The truth is prophecy. I'm not interested in truth. I'm interested in something so much deeper. If you remember, we're learning it at one time, so I want to tell it to you again fast. I see Moshe is stealing. The truth is he was stealing. The truth of the truth is that Moshe was so hungry, he couldn't help himself anymore. He had to eat something. I saw him stealing, but I didn't see him stealing. I saw him never looking for food. That's the truth of the truth. On the level of peace, I did not see him stealing. I didn't see it. So I want you to know, if you remember, we're learning it, on Rosh Hashanah is the truth. I'm staying for the truth is, off. Yom Kippur is emes lamit, as Moshe says, I know, Mamash, you didn't. I didn't really mean, I didn't want to do anything bad. I just was hungry, right? I want you to know, in Simchas Torah, Sukkot Sholem, von Sukkot on, I'm not even reading the Torah, I'm not interested in prophecy. On Simchas Torah, I'm dancing with the Torah, I don't want to know the words. I want you to know something so deep. On Simchas Torah, we read the last Parashat of the Torah with the Bracha. When Moshe Rabbeinu Mamash blesses Yidden, at that moment when Moshe Rabbeinu receives Mashiach's eyes from God. I want you to know the deepest depths. Why is it when I daven Shemona Esrei, I'm standing towards Yerushalayim? I'm davening in Dallas and I'm standing towards Yerushalayim, and you want to tell me you see Yerushalayim? On the prophetic level, I'm telling you, I'm not seeing it. On the Mashiach level, every Yidel who davens Shemona Esrei, Mamash sees Yerushalayim. Mamash Sachzena Nene B'Shuv Kalatim. The lowest Yidelo is then Shemona Esrei, Sin Yushal. Because davening, and I want you to know, Yitzchak, when you saw Yaakov, Mamash, it says, K'shem Shmoni, V'yorach es Reach B'Kodav, and it says, Re'ei Reach B'ni, Ki Reach Soda Shaber Hashem. Remember, Yitzchak, Mamash says, if you remember, the Zohar Kodesh is so beautiful. It says, Re'ei Reach B'ni. B'ni comes from Loshen Bonoi. He saw the Beis HaMikdash built. And it says, Gereach Sode, the Kodesh says, Zion Sode Dechosh. He saw the Beis HaMikdash destroyed. Then Hashabech Hashem, he saw Mashiach is coming again. Gewalt what Yitzchak saw, right? Not on the level of prophecy. Saw Mashiach's eyes. Completely. You see, I want you to know what basically the Holy Baal Shem Tov wanted. Until the Baal Shem Tov, all the big tzaddikim had prophetic eyes at Ruach HaKodesh. What did the Baal Shem Tov do to the world? The Baal Shem Tov wanted Yidden to have Mashiach's eyes. Why did the Baal Shem Tov look at Moshe, the water carrier, and he blew his mind? According to prophecy, Moshe, the water carrier, really doesn't know anything. He doesn't know when to put on film, he doesn't know when to daven, he doesn't know what to do on Shabbos. This is prophetic eyes, but it's nothing. When you look at them as Mashiach's eyes, you see something else. But now I want you to know, next month is even deeper than Mashiach's eyes. Remember, we were learning it 1,000 times, that you love somebody very much. When you kiss them, you close your eyes. You know, the Torah from Rabbi Nachman, I can only see something, I'm a little bit far away. If I'm mamish so close to you, I can't see you anymore. Because I'm so close. The only thing I can do is hear you. So, Chodesh Tammuz, we are still a little bit far away. We have Mashiach's eyes and we can see it. Then comes Chodesh Av. We are so close, we can't even see it anymore because we're mamish there, right? Mashiach's coming on Tisha B'Av. The only thing is we can hear it, Manova Lahorim Ragle Mavasa, on Tisha B'Av. And also, you know, when you cry, you close your eyes so you can't see. You know what Rabbi Nachman says, Rabbi Nosson says, why do you close your eyes when you cry? Because at that moment you're so close to that thing you're crying about that you have to close your eyes. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. See, anything I'm far away from doesn't make me cry. Right? It's Mashiach closeness. You know what you do on Simchas Torah? I'm not looking at the Torah. I'm just holding the Torah so tight while I'm dancing. It's mamish like the fixing of Tisha B'Av, the real fixing of Chodesh Av is not on Yom Kippur. The real fixing is on Simchas Torah. When I'm not looking at the Torah, I'm just holding the Torah so close. Everybody knows, mamish, little children need so much holding. When you love somebody, you hold them so close. This is Chodesh Av. This is so close that I can't even see you. I want you to know the beginning of the Gemara is the first page. It's not written. It's not there. Because you're so close to the first page that you can't see it. You know, friends, this month, Tammuz and Av, we have to be mamish, be so close to each other, be so close to the Torah. It has to be different Torah, different Yiddishkeit, different eyes, different hearing. Remember, we're learning last year one thing. that the fixing of the Eitz Hadas is Eitz Hadas. Chava thought she's close to God because she knows exactly this right, this is wrong. Because obviously everybody with the right mind understands Chava didn't think she's God, right? I'm crazy. Chava wanted to be as close to God as possible. So the snake says to her, you are closest to God if you know what's right and what's wrong. And let's face it, a lot of people today tell you want to be close to God, you want to be an Elach Yid, you have to know what's right and what's wrong. It's all cute. Has to be so much deeper. And remember, we're learning it that the deepest fixing of Chava is B'nai Slavchot, the end of the Torah, because B'nai Slavchot said to Moshe, it's true, our father the Mechal Shabbos, and on the level of Chet Eitz Hadas, of the tree of knowledge, he's out. But on the level of tree of life, right? Remember what the Zohar Kodesh says, you know why Tzlofchot was Mechal Shabbos? Because Mama, she wanted Yidden to keep Shabbos in the worst way, and he saw that Yidden think Chas v'Sholem, after they heard Moshe Rabbeinu is now going to Eretz Yisrael, and they knew that Moshe Rabbeinu is Shabbos, they think maybe Shabbos is not so strong anymore. So if you look at Tzlofchot's prophetic eyes, with the tree of knowledge eyes, he was mamish an awful sinner. The first Jew who broke the laws, like Amalek, the first Jew was Mechal Shabbos. It never happened in the world, the Jews Mechal Shabbos. You have prophetic eyes. So when Tzlofchot said, the fixing is to Moshe Rabbeinu, mamish Rabbeinu meis b'midbar. You know what our father thought about when he died? About if you have Mashiach's eyes, you see, mamish, the Yid is ready to die for God 1,000 times. I want you to know something awesome. Remember I told you some of the Chavah where they whispered, don't know who it was. During the Yom Kippur War, we were mamish somewhere in the middle of the desert and Sinai desert one night, and we were staying overnight in this little broken down house, and the soldier was standing outside guarding, a shoemaker from Tel Aviv, simple Yidden, right? And I walked out, I couldn't sleep, and he didn't notice me. And I was standing outside, and he was holding the gun, he was looking up to the sky. I swear to you, I've never seen a Yid looking up to heaven the way this Yid did. And again, this Yid doesn't keep Shabbos. He doesn't know anything, right? But Geval, what do I know? I wish I would look up to heaven the way this Yid did. This is what Tzlofchot is all about. So the fixing of Chava is Mamash B'nai Tzlofchot. But I want you to know the deepest fixing is that the greatest, most terrible sin in the world is, which brings death to the world, is if I know everything. This is right, this is wrong. And even prophecy doesn't wipe that out. You know what's wiping that out? Mashiach's eyes. I don't know anything. I don't know when Mashiach is coming. I don't know who you are. And Gewalt do I know. Al Yad and Yerecha Mamish, my inside, my heart tells me. My heart tells me. And I want to tell you something very special. You know that until maybe a few years ago, all the shidduchim were made on the level of prophecy. One Rebbe saw the other Rebbe, and they say, you have a son, I have a daughter. Okay, Mazel Tov. It's all prophecy. Beautiful. What God wants Mashiach shidduch. So much deeper. Who cares who your father is? Who cares who your uncle is? Nothing to do with it. Mashiach looks at things with completely different eyes. And I'm going to bless everyone, all of us. How much we should fix the Chosher al Pnei Sahaim. We should fix Vayar Lakim Esa'ar Ketayv, the letter Tes. To the Gonis B'Gaveh, we should have a sense how much goodness is hidden in places where we just don't have the faintest idea. There's so much goodness hidden in there. L'chaim, l'chaim.